Good afternoon. Recognizing a quorum of commissioners, I call the second May 22nd, 2025 meeting of the Cannabis Control Commission to order. This meeting is being held hybrid pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025 and is being recorded. Commissioners Camargo, Concepcion, Roy, and myself are participating in today's meeting. All votes taken today will be by roll call. We have one item on this meeting's agenda, and that is a staff recommendation on a final license for Evergreen Industries LLC. And I see Jamie Wakefield. Jamie.
Hi, long time no see.
I know, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. There's one final license recommendation for the Commission's consideration. Commission staff recommend review and decision on the final license, and if approved, do request your approval be subject to the conditions before you.
Okay. This was included, background on this was included in a second board packet that was put out. Again, this is Evergreen Industries LLC, a marijuana cultivator tier 1 indoor license application seeking approval on a final license. Any questions or comments from my colleagues on this final license application?
I just have a comment after.
Okay.
Thank you.
Seeing none, I would seek a motion to approve the final license for Evergreen Industries LLC, license number MC 283694. Do I have such a motion, Commissioner Camargo?
So moved.
Do I have a second, Commissioner Concepcion?
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further comments or questions? Seeing none, I'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Camargo?
Aye.
Commissioner Concepcion?
Aye.
Commissioner Roy?
Aye.
And Commissioner Stebbins votes aye, 4 in favor, none opposed. Congratulations to Evergreen Industries. Commissioner Roy, you had a comment.
Thank Executive Director and you, Acting Chair, for creatively adding the second meeting to help get Evergreen Industries through. And I would just respectfully request, I know there's a few others that are kind of on the cusp. Some of them kind of in touristy areas where the weeks mean a lot, right, in the warmer months. So I'm hopeful perhaps if they're ripe, those few, we could call a quick virtual meeting between now and the 12th to get those folks through, if possible.
Great point. Again, I've welcomed the opportunity. I hope our licensing team has as well, that, you know, I've invited them wherever they feel appropriate and wherever they would like to put license recommendations on an agenda, since we have sometimes more than one meeting a month. If we can even shave a week or two off of somebody's timeline, I think it's appropriate for us to do that. But I'll extend that same invitation to our Director of Licensing and see if she has any recommendations for us, but point well taken. All right. The next item is adjournment, but I don't feel I want to call for a motion to adjourn yet without saying just a few words about our colleague who's departing us. Commissioner Camargo, I'll keep it brief and simple. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with you. We started the same day. We worked on a number of things together. You have, you know, you talk about you're a good mentor. You have taught me a lot around public and civic engagement, and, you know, introduced me to strategies and outreach strategies that just weren't in my toolbox. So I greatly appreciate that. I will never forget you reaching out to me even before we started. You called me up and said, "Hey, I got some questions to ask about you." I was like, "Wow, well, welcome to the job." But I thoroughly have enjoyed it. I thoroughly have appreciated being your colleague, thoroughly appreciated the inopportune times we run into you and Sampson, but I'll miss seeing and having the opportunity to work with you on a daily basis. But at the same time, I know you will be close by, keeping an eye on us, and greatly appreciate the opportunity to have worked with.
Thank you so much, Acting Chair, and right back at you. I'll definitely be watching.
Okay. Commissioner, it scares me a little bit. Commissioner Concepcion, anything else you want to add before we adjourn?
I said
you
everything
said it all.
I had to say early. I'm glad I got it out. So
Thank you.
I
Well, thank
was-
you,
we were gonna-
everybody.
as we were doing that last vote, I said, this is her last vote. My
I
goodness.
know,
But
I know. Yeah.
Commissioner.
Well, just don't forget us and we're gonna stay in touch. Of course. We've been in it, so I know we'll be around. I'm very grateful. It's been a privilege and an honor. This has been, I think, a career highlight for me, and I'm just very grateful. And I'm grateful to the team here. This stuff is really complicated. And I always like to say that we are, never forget what we're regulating. It is a plant that so many folks are still sitting in prison for and have been disproportionately impacted by this beautiful plant, and we get to regulate it every day. So just don't forget why we do this work and why we're here. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner. All right, on that note, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have such a motion, Commissioner Camargo? Do I have a second, Commissioner Roy?
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Do we really want it to end? Yes, we do. All right, fine. Do a roll call vote. Commissioner Camargo,
Aye.
Commissioner Concepcion,
aye.
Commissioner Roy,
Aye.
and Commissioner Stebbins votes aye. 4 in favor, none opposed. Once again, congrats to Evergreen Industries on their final license. Thanks, Commissioner Camargo, and we are adjourned.
Yep.